Hello, hello. We're talking about catacombs today. What a great topic. I had catacombs in version 2 of Arcology, and I don't know, I haven't revisited them until now, which is kind of shocking. But it's a very important part of the city, and it should not be ignored or dismissed. So this is what I came up with for version 7. It's more math involved. It's closer to reality than my version 2 catacombs. My version 2 catacombs was way too small. It wasn't properly to scale, etc., etc. So I have some math here. This is 0.65 generations worth of skeletons. And then if you go to urns, I was thinking per person you can get, like, instead of a skeleton, you can get like one urn and then a skull, which I think would be a fair compromise for the catacombs. And this would make the density much higher. And then for VIPs you can get a full skeleton if you want, and maybe some belongings as well. So I wasn't too happy with this. The calculations were hard to do because of all the circles, and except you have to calculate each circle and add them up and all that stuff. So I went to this. This is version 3, I suppose, if you count the oldest one. This is much denser, and then you have this layering, which is gorgeous. So here's a legend right here. We have our legend. Your purple in the middle is heroes. Your orange is VIP. Your red is the proletariat. Yellow is roads. Black is elevators. And beige is loitering areas. So, with the loitering areas, if you really wanted to get ridiculous, we could even have like, well, I guess you need bathrooms, don't you? Like bathrooms, maybe a coffee shop, throw in a bar. So this would be like some chairs and stuff. I want this to be a destination for the city. This is the history of everyone that came before. And we'll get some Wi-Fi down here so you can access people's Facebooks. So like you can link your Facebook to your grandmother, and then you can like read your grandmother's Facebook posts while you enjoy some coffee or maybe a margarita. And I may even add like a larger, in each one of these spots, a big like larger loitering area where that would be like your concession stand, if you want to call it that. And then in the middle, this is more like memorabilia for the heroes. And I suppose the monarchs would go in the middle, even though that's very egotistical. They might be in VIP. If they're a really shitty monarch and they didn't really do anything, they might get VIP instead. But yeah, and then if we go to the math now. So here we have the math. This is tombs per linear foot for skeletons, tombs per linear foot for skulls and urns. Much, much denser, almost 20 times denser. This is your number of vertical shelves. It's 3 high on each side, so you get 6. So you have to multiply these times 6. This is our hexagon side in feet. As we go down, there are 18 hexagons. And you just do the math. This is how many skeleton tombs you get. But the VIPs only go from 1 through 6. So if you're a VIP, you get a skeleton, a full skeleton, or maybe some belongings in a skull if you wanted to compromise, right? It's the same amount of space. And then this is how many VIP skeletons you get per level. You have hexagons 6 through 18, the skulls and urns, 285,000 people. 289,000 total. 1.6% are VIPs, 0.01% are heroes. Here's the hero math right here. So the sides are very small, and then it's half the density You get twice the density of the VIPs if you're a hero. So there's only 34 heroes per level, but there's 285,000 proletariat per level. So this is a 10,000 to 1 ratio. Anyway, this is the macro math Arc version 7 population. 1 generation. I think the generations are there's 20 years is a generation. So there's 4 generations, right? 80 years, that makes sense. 36,000 people per generation in Arcology version 7. That means 1,000 years is 50 generations. And then 50 times 36,000 is 1.8 million. You take this 1.8 million for how many bodies you're going to accumulate over a 1,000 year time period. You divide by 285,000, because this is how many people you can fit in each catacombs level, and you get 6.2 catacomb levels per 1,000 years. Now, all of this math, none of this math was intentional. This was all a complete coincidence. So we have 1 through 6, my favorite number, is VIP. And then there's 18 total levels, 18 total hexagons. So this is 666. And then you have 1.8 million, which is 666. And then you divide to find your number of levels, and you get almost exactly 6 hexagon levels to fulfill 1,000 years worth of bodies, worth of catacombs. Really, really shocking information. And all of that was a total coincidence. If we wanted to give people room for some belongings, some namesakes or whatever, keepsakes, whatever they call, what do they call those? That could potentially double the amount of room we need, especially in the proletariat sections, because they only have enough for an urn and a skull, right? It's not a whole lot of room per person. So that could double our entire requirements for the catacombs, which means we would have to just double up this section. And so we might parallelize it, have it go 6 down, and then just do this. I think would be something like that. Instead of having it go 12 down. That's just kind of crazy. 12 floors for the catacombs. I don't know. You could go either way. It's the same volume, right? So you can go down more or you can go sideways. Anyway, that's it for the catacombs. And remember, a single dream is more powerful than 1,000 realities.